The next speaker is Aleksandr Voitenko, representative and partner, our partner from Irkutsk. I must say that with these companies, there are many companies in Irkutsk. They're headed by a person. We've been working with them.
Это наши старинные друзья и партнеры. Все, пока Александр Витальевич шел, я про него рассказал.
Добрый день, уважаемые коллеги.
Hello, dear friends. It was a great tradition for us to visit this scientific conference. I will going to ask Victor to arrange a special award for regular participants of his conference. Within my presentation, I would like to tell you about our joint project with the administration of the town of Irkutsk. We have been working on the application of remote sensing data to manage the municipal properties and the creation of a comfortable urban environment. For Earth remote sensing, we used orthophotos with a resolution of 4 to 5 centimeters and the digital surface model based on the laser reflection. The density of points was 20 to 25 points per square meter. The interaction implied that based on the Earth remote sensing data, the committees and departments of the town of Irkutsk can address their daily projects through interaction of orthophotos. The first and most obvious application is creation and update of the digital topographic plans of 1 to 500 scale for Irkutsk. This procedure is done by the Department for Urban Development. Before that, they were doing it by through field trips and studies. Now we offered to them to do most of their work in camera. And an important part of the city was updated last year for the scale of 1 to 500. Next problem was told to us by the Department of Urban Development Policy. It was Belmet-Stroy project last year, of which I instructed that all major towns of Russian Federation to be inventorized. And we have only in one town of ours, we had more than 800 major sites to be inventorized. Based on the example of the Central Park, we showed how it can be done in camera. As a result, we gave birth to an inventory card, which was fully in line with the requirements of the Ministry of Construction of the Russian Federation. Similarly, the Department of Urban Environment told us to inventorize the back house yards in terms of the availability of asphalt coverage, number of doors, lighting, and so on. Based on the high-resolution data, we have inventorized all of them, again, virtually all of them in camera. Recently, at the conference dedicated to 239th anniversary of MIGAEK, the Cadastre Chamber Director made a presentation which included at its highlights that about 2.5 million land plots of EGRN have no overlap, so there are registry errors in terms of their boundaries. About 29 million of plots and 36 million of buildings and uncompleted construction sites have no boundaries whatsoever, which would be established under the legislation. With stereo models, we can detect up to 86% of typical points. The land department of the town of Irkutsk approached us based on the results of this report to do a small pilot project for low rises of one of the development areas of the city. Here you can see the orthophoto plan. The land department gave us the information about the property rights. We superimposed them on there in camera in stereo mode based on the visible contour of the building. We formed the land contours which are not in any way properly legitimized, and the yellow color showed the squatting of some of the areas. A red color showed some cadastral errors. Now I'm going to enlarge it. This is the EGOI-RR data, and the yellow color is what we have acquired as a result of the stereo mode digitalization. What do we have? We have land plots that we received information about. It was a total number of 210 for the 202,000 square kilometers. Illegitimate lands, 141 land plots for the overall area of 37,000 square meters, and so about half of them, 181, are not properly legitimized. And when we try to look it up in the tax reports, the annual economic effect as a result of legitimizing these plots will be about 450,000 rubles per year for local budget alone. Also, the land department is providing land plots as a rent. This plot was rented out to Irkutsk company for the CHP placement. You can see here that these two land plots were not given away for rent. I don't know why, but only this one was given. But by orthophoto, it is obvious that the economic activities were conducted throughout the whole area of this plot. We retrieved our archive data for Irkutsk for 2016, 2017, 2018, and we see that in 10,000 square meters the area was still in heavy use. The administration of the city sent a complaint to the renter, and for the total amount of 1.5 million rubles, and they could do it in a pre-trial manner. Now, for 2 years already, the Department of Architecture and Urban Development is preparing the urban development plans based on our data. This is the most recent master plan. This is the new area fully based on orthophoto plans. The Department for the Consumer Market in the town of Irkutsk is providing rents, renting out place for retail, and the registry was prepared only in Excel table without any coordinate referencing. We offered to them to inventorize, say, the advertisement boards. Based on orthophoto plans, we can detect the exact placement of the advertisement boards, also see the sizes and dimensions, and all the necessary semantic characteristics can also be put into their table. Similarly, we did with the non-stationary retail spots in Irkutsk. We have fully inventorized them and prepared an inventory card for each one of them. As part of the implementation of the federal project of comfortable and safe roads in the town of Irkutsk, we have repaired most of the central roads and highways, and all the pre-design solutions were made by the chief architect based on our data. This is 2016. We drew how we can expand the central street of Irkutsk in 2017. After the subsequent monitoring, we see that the width of this road is already 17.5 meters with a new additional lane without any problems for the pedestrian sidewalk. The social department approached us to show them possible consequences in case of snow melt if Ushakovka River floods by and increases the water table by 0.8 meters, and this is the expected flooding area, which includes part of the privately owned houses. After some negotiations and technical meetings at the administration level. The administration offered to systemize all this data and all the accumulated and semantic characteristics in one place and create an information system. The objectives that it will address is establishment of a single geospatial data based on municipal system and registries, insurance of balanced accounting for environmental, economic, and social and other factors, increased efficiency of municipal land control, and many others, like improved efficiency of interdepartmental interaction because it was taking too much time when we first get an endorsement from one department and go ahead from another department. Took forever. What did we offer them? To establish a municipal geoportal, which would be based on the Earth remote sensing data, digital surface model, digital orthophoto plans, address plan of the city with all sorts of information, of semantical information about buildings, where you can get whatever things you need with the customizable filters and search engine. Also, we offered to inventorize all the property of the city given out for rent, like mobile or unstationary retail sites, like staircases, bridges, whatever belongs to the city. To inventorize the backyard areas, make them publicly available, connect the surveillance cameras and make them real-time use, and like you can detect the illegal shopping areas. The chief architect of the city proposed to place to embellish some of the houses by preparing passports of the house facades. Sorry, wrong button. Also, the city wants to be more aware or to inform its citizens that it collects information about the legitimately occupied land plots. One of the important layers will be the attraction of tourists. We have prepared virtual tours for the whole town of Irkutsk. Historical sites and monuments were placed there prominently with semantic information required. This is a concept of a future geoportal. Always we are prepared to see eye to eye with other customers, and in conclusion I would like to tell you about geography. This year we started working starting from the western part of Russia and ending with the Baikal region. We have prepared digital orthophoto plans from 1 to 500 to 1 to 5,000 scale for a total area of 380 square kilometers. This is like 2.5 Crete, like 2 times more than Roscartography did for city-wise. That's it. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was a very interesting presentation that demonstrates how to use Earth remote sensing data in different areas. Any questions for the speaker? We have time for only one question. Dr. Eisman, you have the floor. The future of geoportal, well, it's unraveling now. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen tomorrow. No, it is under development already. So we're developing so far based on our own initiative in cooperation with departments and committees. We'll look at what kind of problems or challenges they have, how they can potentially use it. They provide us with the necessary tools to do that, and now we're developing it. Is it going to have some business component or commercial component? That's the main. Of course, we're not a charity organization. We're in commerce, so it's one of the business lines for us. Yes, thank you. Andrei Andrushchenko, Roscartography. Tell us, please, and how do you interact with the municipality? Is it based on their request, or have you signed any contract with them as part of the smart city creation or geoportal creation? If you want to know what kind of contracts we have or arrangements we have now, just technical part of signing a placement, how much does it take from the preliminary agreement or from the request of the customer to signing the contract financially? I mean, to be honest, we spent about 1.5 years for this work. In 1.5 years, we proved to the customer that they do need digital orthophoto plans, and they efficiently use them. And what they told us, what they're lacking is one geoportal to systemize it in one place. Now, for some time, we are going to do some lobbying and working and promoting this geoportal idea. So no contract signed yet, no, but we plan to sign them in the future. Okay, thank you very much, dear colleagues. Thank you. It was very interesting.